Hey everyone, it's Mr. Miles. I just wanted to do a quick video explaining the assignment for Frankenstein Chapter 10, as well as just kind of go over some minor things just dealing with Frankenstein itself. So, first off, this is on Google Classroom, this little document right here. This is the full online version of the text, and I'll just take you to where it is so you can see it. It's right here, Frankenstein full text. Okay, the whole Frankenstein study guide right above it. So you go here, takes you to this. We are on chapter 10, so you should have chapter 10 all the way read through. Okay. Um, and what we're doing today is a little bit different from just reading it, filling out the study guide, like we have been doing. So today, we meet the monster, and the monster has a conversation with Victor. Okay. And essentially, the monster tells Victor, in ever so many words, you owe me. You're my parent, my father, my creator, whatever you want to call it. And so, as a result of that, you owe me something. Um, and Victor just wants to kill the monster because the monster, he assumes, kills William, and he assumed framed Justine, and in a way killed her as well. And so Victor doesn't feel like he's obligated to owe the monster anything, right? He doesn't owe the monster anything in terms of like being a parent, taking care of them, the things that the duty that he would owe the creature. But the creature spins it in a way where he says, "I'm not even asking you to do that. I just want you to hear my story." Right? It's been going on 2 years since the night that I was created, got zapped with lightning, came to life. You took one look at me and ran out of the room screaming. And I haven't seen you since. And there's a lot that's happened in those years between, and I think you need to know what happened. And so he's basically trying to convince Victor to not take care of him, not do anything. He just wants him to listen, right? And Victor is trying to convince the monster, I don't even owe you that. I don't owe you anything. You killed my brother. You don't have you haven't earned the right for me to listen to you. And that's the crux of this assignment right here. Okay. So this is the basically T chart. It's a T chart, more or less, of reasons why or why not Victor should or should not listen to the monster's story. Okay. And so the first one is, here's Victor's justification why he should not hear the creature's story. Here's the creature's justification for why Victor should hear his story. And so your job is you read chapter 10 and you look in the dialogue between Victor and the creature and try to suss out, where does the monster sort of pitch Victor the reasons why he should listen, and where does Victor sort of pitch to the monster the reasons why he should not listen and entertain him. So let me just find something real quick. Victor says, "Begone, I will not hear you. There can be no community between you and me. We are enemies. Begone, or let us try our strength in a fight." And so Victor essentially tells the creature, there can be no community between you and me. So the implication there is, because you killed my brother, we are enemies. And if we are enemies, well, I have no obligation to hear you out, right? And so you would write the quote here, and then you would explain it in your own words. How is Victor persuading or justifying that he shouldn't have to hear the monster story? Okay, and you do that in this box, and then you do the same thing for the creature, quote, explanation over here as well. Once you get 4 for each, I want you to focus on who ultimately won the argument in terms of rhetoric, in terms of persuasion, okay, not in terms of who actually wins the argument in the book, right? Like in the book, Victor says, okay, fine, I'll listen to your story. I guess I owe you that much, right? But I'm not asking about that. I'm asking, just looking rhetorically, who has the better reasons, logic, uh, appeals to emotion? Like, who has the better argument, the creature or Victor? Okay, and we're going to unpack that. And we're going to take a look at that a little bit closer. Okay, So down there, I don't want you to just say, well, the monster won. Well, yes, the monster wins the argument in the book, but I'm talking just pure who has the better argument, Victor or the monster, right? Um, and see what you come up with. Okay, so that's the assignment for chapter 10. There's one other thing I wanted to show you real quick, something that I'm not sure people are taking full advantage of. It's these chapter key points slides. If you miss a day or two or several, and you need to read the book on your own, and I'm not there to explain it to you, well, these can be a good resource for you, right? Um, Not as a substitute for reading the book, because the things that you will see on quizzes and the things that you will see on tests go way more in depth than what this single slide on Google Slides can do. But it is a nice jumping off point to help kind of give you a frame of reference. Okay, this is what I need to be looking out for when I read this chapter. Or if you wanted to do it in reverse, read the chapter first, then go back to this if maybe you're having trouble picking up on something, and say, okay, Victor sinks into a deep depression. He thinks about suicide, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that would be something that you would possibly consider doing. So I don't really think it matters which order you necessarily do it. It's really what works best for you. So if you want to look at the slide first, okay, I know what to expect. Let me read the chapter. Or if you want to do it the other way, whatever works, right? But for some of you who are having issues understanding the old timey language and just the way that Shelley writes, this could be a really valuable resource for you to use. So I want you to take advantage of it while it's here. This is here, Frankenstein Key Points Plot Slides. Okay. So actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just make it a lot easier to find. I'm going to put it right here in the Frankenstein book topic. That just makes more sense because I'll be updating this um, after we finish each chapter. So actually, I'm going to put it here in this topic. So all you got to do, go to Google Classroom, click on my class, go down here on the left-hand side, click Frankenstein book, boom, plot points are right there. So hopefully that will help orient you as you keep reading, because this is a challenging book. This is a tough book to kind of dig into. So I hope that that kind of gives you some help when it comes to, if you're stuck reading a chapter and something just doesn't make sense, this gives you a little bit more of a guide to help you figure out where you're at. Okay. If you have any questions or anything about Frankenstein or anything like that, let me know. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. But this is the assignment for chapter 10. And obviously, you should be read through chapter 10. If you have any other questions, please talk to me and we'll see if we can do anything. Okay. Bye.